In this short tutorial, we'll make a game graphic that includes an image or part of an image that you've sourced elsewhere. For example, let's make a graphic for the Arrange in Order game. Let's make a good grasshopper graphic, for example. You can do this in a number of ways, and if you're already familiar with getting around for Photoshop, then stop the video and just use that. But given that, if you're looking for something a tad simpler and free with Windows, I'll show you how to use the Paint program to do this. So first, let's go down and type Paint in the search bar here, and we'll click on it to open. And so we have Paint open. Next, we have to access an image that suits our needs. And when you're looking for an image, have a rough idea of the size or proportions that you're looking for. We look up in the Arrange requirements in the Game Generator, and we see that we want an image of 200 by 100. So as we look for images, we're looking for something twice as wide as it is high, or roughly that. If we don't end up with something roughly twice as wide as it is high, then we'll end up with a graphic that's kind of out of proportion. The grasshopper might be oddly shaped. I have an image ready on the desktop, so let's load it. You can either use File Open or just drag it onto your palette. We don't need to save the existing untitled, so don't save. And here we have our grasshopper. Now at this point, we want to resize the image to suit our needs. Now we have two goals. One, to get it to be the right size that we need in the end, that is 200 by 100, and two, to ensure that we don't get it out of proportion. Again, that is, you don't want the grasshopper to be unusually short or tall or wide or whatever. So, it takes a little bit of fiddling using Paint, but here's some methods that will work for you. Let's click on the Resize and Skew and change to Pixels. And now we see the current size of our image. So this one's currently 273 by 184 pixels. And remember, our goal is 200 by 100. So let's leave the Maintain Aspect Ratio on this time. And let's type in our desired horizontal, that is 200 pixels. Now to keep the current proportions correct, it's telling us that it wants to change the vertical to 134 pixels. So that's about 30% bigger than we wanted, as we wanted 100 pixels vertically. So that means that our original picture is about 30% too tall as compared to its width. Let's cancel the resize. We have our information, and let's go back and trim the image a bit. So we grab the Select Rectangle tool and make a box that keeps our width, we want the same width, but trims the height a bit. So we'll bring in the bottom and top a bit. So roughly 30% off the current height. Once we have the selection that we're happy with, we can click on the Crop button here. And the Crop button clips off everything outside of our selection. Let's go back to the Resize Pixels again, and let's test with 200 again. And we can see that we're much closer to our desired 100 pixels. Therefore, the proportion will be pretty close to perfect. So, we can commit to it by clicking off the Maintain Aspect Ratio, and now we can put in our 200 by 100, our final product. And sure enough, it looks good. The grasshopper is not noticeably out of proportion. So, File, Save As, and we call it grasshopper.png on the desktop, and save. We're done.